Do you think Elon Musk can pass a drug test? I don't think so. Just by the way he jumps. The way that little dude gets on stage and starts skipping and hopping around, I'd say he's hopped up on something. Is that where the origin of hopped up on something came from? People were watching Elon's great-grandfather, the Nazi Adolf Holdman or whoever. Were they watching Elon Musk's grandfather in Canada hop up and down for once he learned that South Africa was in apartheid? He got so excited he was hopping up and down, and then he moved to South Africa, and they were like, that guy's all hopped up on racism. He's musky. It's still funny to me. We're going to talk about Elon Musk and whether he or not he could pass a drug test. Usually, once you get a job or a role in the government, you got to take a drug test. You got to pass a drug test. And if you don't know, Elon Musk has admitted to being on ketamine, which is not, it is a Schedule 3 drug here in America. Schedule 3 drug. It is illegal to be operating heavy machinery like a government on. And most normal people, if you're getting a job somewhere, you're going to take a drug test. And if you test positive for ketamine, you ain't getting that job. But when you got friends that have billions of reasons to put you there, when you got friends in billionaire places, the rules don't apply to you, which is not how it should be. I know there's people that want billionaires to just decide things, and they're fine being serfs, but I disagree. And there is a representative in New Jersey, Mickey Sherrill. I think that's how you pronounce it. M-I-K-I-E, Mickey. Hey, Mickey, you're so awesome. Keep trying to Elon drug test. Drug test. Mickey Sherrill out in New Jersey. And listen, hey, how are you? I'll be with you in a minute. Mickey Sherrill out in New Jersey. And I've given New Jersey, dirty jurors, I've given New Jersey a hard time over the years. But here it is totally redeeming itself and trying to pass a measure that says Elon Musk and his Doge shitting team of big balls needs to take drug tests to continually hold their position. The position of power. Not only should they take one to get the Doge job, but this proposition that's trying to be passed says Elon Musk and his Doge team should not only have to take one drug test, but they should continually be drug tested while they have that kind of power, while they're wielding that kind of power and influence in government. Whatever the job label is, most people, especially if you're getting a job in the government, are going to take a drug test. And Elon Musk should too. Elon Mush. He should too. That dude absolutely should have to take a drug test, just like everybody else. Just think about it, you know? Let's say Putin has the best blue ketamine on the map, and he's like, listen, man, if you want my blue ketamine, I'll send my boy Jesse down there to give it to you, but I need something in return. That's a dangerous place to be, man. If Elon Musk needs that ketamine, all someone has to do is hold some ketamine, sprinkle some ketamine on him, and he'll do whatever they say. That's why when he gets up on stage, he's hopping around all the time. He's like, woo-hoo-hoo, woo-hoo-hoo. That's how he laughs, actually. That dude's, you see how he hops, how he puts both arms out like a fucking Y? Is Elon Musk when he's jumping, is he trying to be the mascot for X? Because I just never seen an adult jump like that. I ain't even seen many kids jump like that, to be honest. That's a ketamine hop, folks. Suspect. He's suspect. That's a ketamine hop. We figured it out. What's up, CJ? Haldeman was hopped up on racism. Elon Musk's grandfather, who left Canada because South Africa was having an apartheid, he was so excited about racism that they were like, that dude's hopped up on racism. I know it's not a drug, but damn if that dude don't treat it like one. Joe Mama drool. Okay. I've seen ketamine users drool. Oh, drool. There we go. On themselves, not be able to form a sentence. Never seen the hops before. That is true. Usually they go into a K-hole. But we don't know what batch of K is Elon Musk using, you know? Is this Jesse? Is this Walter White's Is this Heisenberger K? Because we just don't know, you know? We don't know what the future of K holds. And I'm sure with all his tinkering in the labs, right? People think he's a genius. I'm sure he's got some people working in some... You know what? This just hit me. SpaceX might be a cover for a huge ketamine operation. Does anybody remember Breaking Bad? Tell me you remember Breaking Bad. And they bought the car washes, and underneath the car washes, they used it to filter out the bad air. SpaceX, when you see those launches, they're filtering out the ketamine cooking. My Jesus, people, we figured it out. Ketamine has been around for ages, that's true. But it's a Schedule 3 drug, and it doesn't matter if you have a prescription or not. Just like it doesn't matter if you're prescribed cannabis, if you're in a state where it's still a Schedule 1 drug. That is unreal that they consider cannabis more dangerous than ketamine. America is so fucking racist. It's just like hard to tolerate sometimes. It's harder to tolerate all the time. I don't know shit about ketamine. If you want to know about ketamine, there is, what's that dude who goes around, he's on YouTube, and he goes around and takes part of like all this craziness, and he does journalism at the same time, or kind of journalism. He kind of just like exploits situations of people to get a good video. But at one point he goes to like a Juggalo festival, and he does Special K, and he ends up in a K-hole because he did way too much, which essentially means like you're paralyzed. You like just lay on the ground like, Joe Mama said, drooling on yourself. That's like overly induced. But it can produce like hallucinogens and all that stuff. So I don't know, folks. We're just spitballing here. We're just mindstorming here. But now that I think about Breaking Bad and think about how they needed some place to kind of launder the money and launder the smell of cooking meth, I think SpaceX might be a huge cover for a ketamine factory. Or fentanyl. Who knows? What's up, CJ? Say hi. YouTube's just changing stuff. Don't like it. Oh, what are they changing? Channel 5. Is that it, Chris? Yeah, I think. Or Channel 55? I don't know. Channel 5 with Andrew Callaghan. Yep, that's it. Did you see that one, Chris? He went to like an ICP festival. It was pretty touching, too, because he went with this kid, this handicapped kid that eventually died. Ooh, don't mean to be a spoiler. It's an old video, though. And the dude does ketamine and he ends up in a K-hole laying on the ground. That is one drug that I was just, I don't know. I was always like, wait, what does it do? Nah, I'm good. I knew a lot of people that would drool on themselves, but I could never, it was like dust off. Maybe I'm too old, but back in the early 2000s, there was a dust off craze where people were doing a lot of dust off. So if you went to Circuit City, which I don't think exists anymore, or Radio Shack, they had the dust off, which is a keyboard spray cleaner. They would have that locked up because people would be going and buying like 30 at a time and just sitting in the car and getting wasted off them. Sam, I stayed away. Good on you, Joe Mama. Good on you. Yeah, it was just one of those drugs where I was like, wait, what does it do? It's a legitimate drug for what? Oh, like sedating animals? I was like, I'm good. I've been depressed lately, but watching movies, they make crack look so fun. Chris, don't do it. I understand. My mental health is at ATL. If you are a Bo Burnham fan, you understand what that means. But find something throughout your day to kind of latch onto. I would highly suggest reading a book. Don't read the books I read because they're even more depressing. Okay. We got to stay out of this. We got to stay out of this mental place. Or I would try say create something, read a book. Chris, I have compassion for you. I really have a lot of empathy, which I know Elon Musk said that's what's killing our society. But when people share that with me, I get it because I'm there. It's very hard. It's very hard right now, especially if you're struggling, which I don't know many people who aren't. In fact, the place I worked for 3 years, I've seen more people lose their housing and either be homeless for a little bit or have to move back in with their parents. My parents died when I was young. I don't have that liberty. But I've watched that happen time and time and again. And I'm like, folks, we need to organize. We need to unionize. We need to fight for better wages. I'm watching people work hard at jobs, 40 hours a week, and they can't even afford to live on their own anymore. Most of these people are moving back home with their parents, and they're like, no, it's cool. And I'm like, nothing is cool about this, folks. Get outside, Chris. It's spring. Yeah, Chris, listen. Hey, what's up, Alyssa? Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I hope your consultation the other day went well. Chris, I met you before. I was going on vacation to Boston. You were Mecca, the cannoli spot. Yeah. Did you go, Chris? Did you go to uh uh oh my God, Bova's, Bova, Bova's. Now, Chris, you got me fascinated. Listen, we're going to talk about Elon Musk and the bill being introduced to make him drug test because he takes special K ketamine, which is a Schedule 3 drug. So he would pass that. He wouldn't be able to. If it was you or I admitting to taking special K and trying to get a job in the government with that amount of power, where they could be like, oh, he's a K head. We could just use that as leverage against him. Most people would be like, no, we need to have some kind of like ethical responsibility to the people and the taxpayers here, so he should be drug testing. But Elon Musk and Trump don't care. Look at them crashing the stock market today. Look at them putting on tariffs on an island with no people, just penguins. It's fucking crazy. But Chris, curious to know if you tried. Mike's is the famous tourist spot. Bova's is the place I told you, and they're open like 364 days a year. I think they only close Christmas, and they're open 24 hours a day. So if you get out of a game or something, you can go to Bova's at like 3 in the morning and get lobster tails. But I'm curious to know what you thought of those, if you're still here. Surgery is the 16th. We got the green light. Good. Sending you love and safety and a lot of courage, because that sounds scary. But I hope you asked all the questions, and I hope that I hope that your mindset is calm and content going into that surgery. So the 16th of this month, I couldn't even tell you what day it is. Asked a lot of questions. Good. Listen, Alyssa, I only say this to you because I'm old now, okay? Just like I tell my kids. I say, listen, ask as much stuff as you, even if you think, oh, maybe I'm asking too much. The doctor would tell you to calm down. Ask your heart out, because once you leave there trying to call back and say, can I speak to the doctor, which I've had to do because I didn't ask the right questions, trying to call back and get in touch with the doctor to ask a question is nearly impossible. So that was the only reason I told you that. I'm going under, so it makes me anxious, but it's all good. Well, we can all thank St. Luigi, St. Luigi, for removing any time limit restrictions on anesthesia, which there should be no anesthesia time limits. I forget what the other one, Chris, I forget what the other one was, but I do remember Bova's been the best of them. Yeah, Bova's, Chris, I'm almost positive that Bova's sprinkles crack or something in their lobster tails. Obviously, I'm joking, but there is something, because I've had lobster tails, which are not actual lobster's tails. They're a pastry, and they're like a, like almost a croissant, very fine, baked pastry shell with this filling, with this ricotta cannoli style filling. And I've had it everywhere. And when I have it from there, I know I'm a former addict, and the addiction trigger in my brain, that's like one of the only food things that trigger, like I feel it click on, and I'm like, I need another one. Oh my God. Like if I got a job in the government, like Elon Musk gets to not take a drug test and have massive influence and power in the government. If I got a job in the government, they would be like, we need to make sure that this dude is clean off of Bova's lobster tail pastries. I'm excited. I won't have any more chest pain. Oh, I'm excited for you too. Make sure you check in if you can after, because we'll be thinking about you, just like when CJ was gone for a little bit. Crazy may I be, I do worry about the family we've created here. So I do think of you guys, even though I never seen you or never met you. Maybe I'm psycho. I know. Like, I know there's parasocial relationships with people that like feel connected to celebrities. What's the opposite of that? Social paras, where I feel connected to all the people that are my subscribers. Something's fucking wrong with me. Maybe Elon Musk was right. Maybe he was saying empathy was going to be the death of us all. And here I am like, I worry about you guys. Chris, what's the place on the harbor that sells lobster rolls? It's right next to a giant hotel on the harbor. They only have outdoor seating. Was it in South Boston? South Boston just redid the whole harbor, and I have not been. I've been not to the oceanfront part of South, or it's not South Boston. It's like just north of South Boston. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. I haven't been there. This is a very expensive area, so I couldn't tell you. I'm very sorry. I'll be in and won't be back. Got a day or two. Yeah, no, I mean, Alyssa, check in like way after. Just just let us know that you're okay. That's all I'm saying. Don't feel any responsibility to be here. I'm just saying, check in and be like, hey, I'm good. That's all. You got some recovery time, so maybe leading up, we'll give you some good suggestions of stuff to read, stuff to watch. I don't know what is going on today, but maybe a lot of heart attacks from the Trump tariffs. And I'll suggest this. Listen, if you haven't watched, it's on Netflix. Unfortunately, I hate supporting these monopolies, but it's on Netflix. It's called The Last Kingdom. It's actually a series based off of the Anglo-Saxon Chronicles, a book series, which I only bought one of the books. So it's based off a book, and it's based off of historical founding of the nation of England, or the Kingdom of England. This is fucking crazy. What is going on? The Salem PD are working hard today. Let me tell you, the Salem Fire Department. So yeah, if you get some time, the Last Kingdom is what it's called. It's about Vikings, the Danes coming to the shores of England, and England, the civil war fight, the in-war fighting between the kingdoms, and trying to be united under one king. Alma, you watched that based off of? Oh, my recommendation. Oh, awesome. I'm rewatching it actually because Uhtred of Bebbanburg, the main character, is probably my favorite character in all of film and TV, like ever. Uhtred of Bebbanburg is Uhtred Ragnarsson, Uhtred, son of Uhtred. That is probably my favorite character I couldn't even think of a book where there's a better character. Yeah, Uhtred is probably my favorite character in all of anything. Oh, and that solves the question. My daughter asked me the other day. She was like, what's your favorite movie or TV show? And I was like, damn, you got to give me some time to think about these things. You can't ask me while we're cooking dinner. And I just figured it out. So thank you. You guys helped me figure that out. I got to tell her. But she's not allowed to watch The Last Kingdom. You have to be, over 15 or 17, 18. Unless you're my kid, then you got to be 30. Uhtred is the best. Breezy, what's up? He sounds like he could crush skulls with his pinky. Breezy, let me tell you, if you haven't seen The Last Kingdom on Netflix, do it now before it disappears too. Just start it. There's 5 seasons and then a movie that they created after called 7 Kings Must Die. And listen, not only is he a heartthrob and you ladies are going to have a crush on him because Alexander Draymond, who plays Uhtred, which is weird because I've never seen him in anything else. It's like he played this one character that was ultimately just meant for him. But he's a handsome fellow, but he also plays the character like he's so believable. And I'd hate to say he's typecast, like he couldn't be cast as something else because he plays Uhtred so well, but it's almost like that character was written for him because he can just embody Uhtred. And listen, the wars, the fight scenes, something medieval. One of my past lives, I must have been killed in a medieval war or something, or, been an archer. I don't know. We joke. My family jokes and calls my son a little Viking. But they got that blood. I'll start to watch it between episodes of The Handmaid's Tale. I have not seen that, but Breezy, let me tell you something, okay? You watch the first episode. This is the thing about The Last Kingdom. You watch it, right? And there's a little bit of drama and enough to make you go, oh shoot, what's going to happen next? But as you get, once that first episode ties you in, and this happens with every season, the build up to from the 1st to the 10th is so intense that you almost can't. It's like I watched it when they had released season 1, then you waited for season 2, and then 3, and then I think 4 and 5 came years after. And that's why I bought the books. Because I was like, I need to fucking know what happens. I can't go on like this. It's one of those where the drama is so intense that I don't know, maybe it's different for you, but I'm telling you, true one. Listen, brother, what do Elon has to do with his job? I saved by pot smoking. Pot smoking is not the same as ketamine, true one. We'll get back to this. Elon Musk has, and true one, are you the president's advisor running Doge, a massive government agency that's laying off thousands of people. Like, if you were, they would probably be like, you need to refrain from cannabis, even though cannabis is a medicine. Okay, we let's establish a baseline. Cannabis was proclaimed illegal, or the war on drugs was proclaimed by Nixon to go after people of color, or black folks and hippies and yippies and the counterculture. He wanted to make them criminals, so he declared a war on drugs. Nixon's administration has admitted, like, that was a bold-faced lie. We knew cannabis was not a Schedule I drug next to heroin and etc. It was not, the most dangerous drug. We did it so we could lock up people who spoke out against us, right? Very clever, very cruel. So cannabis is a medicine. The government in 2001 or 99 put a patent on the antioxidant properties of cannabis. This is a medicine. It's like saying I take, ibuprofen. Ketamine is an animal medicine used by humans for hallucinogenic and antidepressant claims. Again, has not been studied, has not been approved, but it's, no matter what, it is still a Schedule III drug. So what I say is that if you have somebody who's clearly addicted to ketamine, right? Just the way he hops around on stage. I know an addict jump when I've seen one, and that is it. Addicts usually aren't hopping around, actually. But what I'm saying is, like, his erratic, sporadic crack addict behavior is very much indicative of, like, yeah, this dude not only has admitted to using ketamine, but it looks like he might abuse it at times when he's, when his jokes aren't going over that well. And notoriously, people do go when they get depressed or sad, like he's admitted on TV, they do go to drugs. But when you're in a position of power like he is, anyone that's working for the government, I'm almost positive 100%, you're taking a drug test. You have to take a drug test. And he has not. And to maintain that security clearance and security and power, you would have to continually take drug tests. So I do not want to compare cannabis to ketamine, but I do think no matter what, if they're doing it for everybody else, why is he the exception, especially when he's admitted to it? And I think if he has access to secrets or your and I's social security number and sensitive information, it wouldn't take much for somebody to sprinkle a bag of blue ketamine in front of him like Walter White and Heisenberg and say, you want this? Well, we're going to need that. So it is just, it's just not, I can't even compare cannabis and ketamine. I can't, because I think it would be cool if the president fucking made cannabis totally decriminalized, totally legal. We need that, that's why the government has a patent on cannabis. I mean, it's horrific that people are still getting in trouble or getting fined, or there's still people in jail federally or not federally through the state for cannabis. So just Christ turned water into wine. Yep. I'm missing a lot of this. You can drink a whole 12-pack in a party and no one bats an eye, but God forbid you smoke a joint. Muscolini, I like that one, CJ. Just said he sounds like emo. I don't know about you. Deflection is democratic. Yeah. Democracy is hypocrisy. We all agree here that Mary Jane is more than okay. She is actually a healer. Mary Jane is your local healer. Just look at the story. If you don't know the story about the strain Charlotte's Web, it was developed in Denver by these brothers. I tried writing them and asking them to send some seeds. And of course, capitalism, they were like, fuck you. And I was like, oh, it's amazing. They developed this strain of cannabis, high CBD strain, which they called Charlotte's Web. And this Charlotte's Web strain helped this girl named Charlotte, who was having multiple seizures a day. And with this one strain, it stopped all of her seizures. And anything that can heal a kid like that is Christ-like, That is just absolutely amazing. And it's all natural. You don't have to worry about like some pharmaceutical company coming in and taking derivatives from nature and, amalgamizing them in some plant with phosphorus and sodium nitrate, or I don't know what they do, but you don't have to worry about big pharma coming in and what you're putting in your kid's body. This is an all natural plant and it Stopped Charlotte's seizures. You can look that up. Wisco Nighthawk. I got slapped in front of my girl last night. I got to start lifting. You got slapped in front of your girl? By another dude? And what do you got to start lifting for? Listen, if you got slapped, I know like society teaches you like be very embarrassed, but I say you're more restrained. You know, you did nothing back, and that's almost the smart thing. If it's a guy that slapped you, you know, he's potentially facing assault charges, and is that worth it? You know, are you married to this woman? Do you think she thinks you're less of a man? If she does, then I would say maybe she's not the one for you. But, you know, it's very hard to be hit and not do anything back. It's very, you know, that takes some character and restraint. If you were in the wrong, then maybe we need to check your behavior. But if you had done nothing or were insulted or people were trying to bully you, don't feel bad about that, you know? I'm glad you came in here and shared that with us. But you could start lifting just to get your mental state better and just feel better about yourself. I 100% agree with that. My middle name is Jane. That's a cool way to spell it. I've been listening to a lot of Tom Petty and Neil Young lately, and his Last Dance with Mary Jane. One more time to kill the pain. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I feel summer creeping in, and Tom Petty, amazing songwriter. And you know what I was thinking about the other day? We'll get to the Trump tariffs. Musk self-reported. If you didn't see the thumbnail to my video, the thumbnail is a Elon Musk tweet, and then I'll tell you what I was thinking about. RJ, you have taste. Technically we all have taste, except for the people who can't taste. But Elon Musk put a tweet out there that said, any government institution is most likely to be the opposite of its name. This is what Elon Musk tweeted. I love how he thinks he's so clever sometimes, and then he ends up owning himself. Because if you think about what Elon Musk tweeted, any government institution is most likely to be the opposite of its name. Well, some dude, I think it was out of Wisconsin, or some guy quote tweeted him and said, like the Department of Government Efficiency, which I thought, thank God someone said it, because it's amazing that Elon Musk is telling people, his supporters, to their face. He's saying any government institution is most likely to be the opposite of its name. And here he is, created a whole government institution named the Department of Efficiency, which has been known to be less efficient than just having the inspectors generals investigate things, or, you know, costing the taxpayers. They're paying their Department of the Doge employees the highest rate they can. I think $249,000 or 200 and something $1,000 to work at Doge. Now I know that you have taste. Well, you don't know. I could just be drinking this and thinking it's nothingness. Imagine not having taste. What a world. Would you rather not have taste or not have smell? Or would you not be able to have one without the other? I think if you couldn't, I lost, when I got the disease, I lost my sense of taste. It was horrible. I feared that I let a man break my heart and haven't dated since in this life. Ooh, Alyssa. CJ, God, get some brass knuckle. I cannot support that comment because you will go to prison. I cannot support that. Listen, there's always a way to protect yourself, and I will tell you this: you can invest in a Kubotan, Kuboton, Kuboton. Yep. When I was younger, I trained in martial arts, and they taught us classes on Eskrima, Filipino stick fighting, and then they taught us how to use a Kubotan, which I keep on my keychain. Which I was going into Fenway one night, and the guy was like, I know what that is. And I was like, and it's legal, bitch. Like, what, are you going to try to steal it from me? Because they took my knife and my other stuff. And he let me keep the Kubotan. I was like, you know that I have a right to this, because you can legally carry a Kubotan. In fact, I got one for my daughter, my wife, because it is, if you know how to use a Kubotan, it is a great self-defense weapon, and you don't need brass knuckles. I'd rather lose my sense of style. RJ, I like you. Hit subscribe and the notification bell. RJ's coming in here like Breezy and Mel with the comments. Breezy, Mel, CJ. I like when people come with the heat. RJ, hit subscribe and notification bell. My name is Rob. I host Newsmentary, a news commentary channel, and we're we'll talk shop too. But I consider you guys all family. I'm trying to build a community here, so it would mean a lot to me, RJ, if you hit. I don't usually call people out particularly unless we disagree, because then we need to keep having a conversation. But with that fucking comment, RJ, I need you to hit subscribe and the notification bell. I need you in the chat more often. American Roadrunner. American Roadrunner is another one that's been back. I think we disagreed on some stuff, but good to see you. Very good weapon. Are you talking about the Kubaton? Are you brothers with the Kumite fishermen? I don't know what that is. What? Are you for real? Hold on. I want to go back to the comment. Alyssa, I fear that I let a man break my heart and haven't dated since. Listen, heartbreak, we'll touch on this briefly. Heartbreak is one of the worst things you can go through in life, but is ultimately how you know, or it is one of those things that lets you know you're alive. Because just like I used to, after my parents passed, and I would say the only way you can know that you're a strong person is to know that you've been broken into a million pieces, that you've been shattered, that you've been at your weakest. Because once you feel at your weakest, you know what it is to be strong. And just like when you've had your heart broken, and I mean decimated, they did you wrong, you tried to do everything right. That is, those are one of those moments in life where you go, this is, knowing that I'm alive. That pain could only be caused because I had loved so deeply. And not to get all like philosophical or like emo on you, but truly, once you can remove yourself from the heartache and look back, you got to take something away from it, because again, love is sloppy, and love and sometimes not. Relationships can be very messy, and sometimes maybe they were abusive to you, or maybe you did them wrong, so you always got to take something to grow from it. You always have to take something. But those heartbreaks, they teach you that you're alive. They teach you to feel, they teach you to understand. They give you compassion, they build character. Just got here. Yes sir, amen. I ain't gonna let nobody beat my ass. Well, CJ, listen. Here's the other thing. I think Wisco Nighthawk. I assumed I was talking to a guy, and I could never tell another guy to get. I don't know. It's really hard. But I will tell every woman in my life that I love that if someone fucking lays a hand on you, you go straight for their throat. I've had it with this misogynistic patriarchal society. Women are too often overlooked and just the temperature of the climate lately, with dudes on Twitter saying like your body, my choice, like that shit's gotta go. And the only way you do it is, ladies, step right the fuck up, and I'll always back you up. I'll always stand right behind you. So yes, CJ, raised with brothers. Okay, so CJ gets it. Yep. So my advice would be 100% different for a girl than a guy, because I don't know, because I'm a goddamn feminist. That's why. My brother said there's no cheating in a bar fight. Well, and that is very true. If we're talking about a bar, this is iffy territory for me. I can't I can't comment on this stuff. But your CJ, your brother is correct. Chad, some gang tried to ask me to join. They said they would pay for my college tuition. Are you talking about the military? Chad, you talking about the military? A gang that will pay for your college tuition? Yo, Yancey, we can make fun of both in time. So Mickey Sherrill out of New Jersey. My apologies to New Jersey. You guys are obviously making it up for all the bad TV shows and horrible amusement parks on the water that I've made fun of for decades and decades, even though I went there. My family lives down there. My apologies, because your representatives, New Jersey, are trying to pass a bill where Elon Musk will have to drug test to keep that power and influence, and continually drug test, even though he admits he's on a Schedule 3 drug, ketamine. Musk self-reported in a tweet saying any government institution is most likely to be the opposite of its name. while Musk has a government institution named the Department of Government Efficiency, guessing that it's not very efficient, but you can find that out for yourself. I also linked down below, never cheating in a fight, no rules, only winner, I win. Come on, Rob, about what, CJ? What? About what? Oh, man, you made me snort. The other thing I linked down below, I linked 2 videos if you have some time. I would highly recommend you watch the Daily Show's segment on Trump talking about groceries, because I've said this forever. I'm like, you're trying to elect people, including Kamala Harris. Fuck them all. Fuck the red and the blue. We need a government formed by the people. We need wealth limits to run for office and age limits. They shouldn't be old and they shouldn't be wealthy. We need people like us who know what the price of egg is. And Trump has this whole segment on the Daily Show where they went after him talking about groceries. And you've probably heard it. And he says, groceries, that's an old-fashioned word. They used to use it a long time ago. It's very old-fashioned, but it's a simple word. You can tell he's never heard groceries before. Why? Because he doesn't go out and buy groceries. Why? Because he has shoppers, people that cook for him, bring him food. These are the people that should not be running shit. A guy is going to promise you to lower the cost of egg when he doesn't even know egg is part of groceries. Like, it's hilarious. And I linked the video. Yes, I'm from Mass. Jordan Espinoza, are you from Mass? If so, do you make YouTube videos? And if you do haunted ones, will you please come to a haunted location with me? I've asked my family, friends, I was like, let's go to haunted locations late at night, because I was sick of going alone. If you look at I'm from Connecticut. Oh, Connecticut's got some good ones, Jordan. I don't even know if you're a YouTube creator. But I was trying to get people to collab with me and go to haunted locations, because it's safer if you have somebody else, especially some of the spots that we're going to. People were telling me there was like homeless encampments, and I just don't want to, get rolled up on. But rock life. I'm not a creator, but I want to be one. Then you are, Jordan. What are you waiting for, man? Come on, you can do it. I do everything on my phone. You can do it, Jordan. Please, make some videos. I think that'd be amazing. I love seeing people create. I think that's the biggest problem, one of the biggest problems we have right now. These tech oligarchs and billionaires want AI to make the art and have all of us work for them. And I say, fuck that. Make the robots and the AI do the work, and let's all create. I'm in medical rehab right now. Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that. Sending you some love and some prayers. And when you get out, while you're in rehab, a good thing to do is keep that mind mentally active. And why don't you come up with some ideas, some videos, lay out your plans, maybe write a few jokes while you're trying to rehab. I would highly suggest I have notebooks and notebooks and notebooks of ideas that I don't ever think will see the light of day. But I would encourage you to do that. American Roadrunner, that's cool. And yes, some places are dangerous of being alone. Yeah. No, Roadrunner. I was doing a lot of videos, but then, my biggest fear is always the police. And if I was alone and something happened and the police hem me up, then having no one to like call for you or let people know, and when you're going at 2 a.m, I don't know, it's just really, so I kept asking people, but because of the locations I were going to were reputedly haunted, people would not go with me. And it just sucked going alone. So I was like going in the daytime to just make sure it was safer. But I still want to do haunted location videos so bad. It's just, I can't risk going alone right now. It's too hectic out here. I'm a U.S. Army vet, and I became addicted when I was homeless to fentanyl, so I got a bone infection. Oh, man. How are you doing with your addiction? I'm a recovering addict as well, my friend. And I know that pain, and I know that loss. Bro, I can tag along with you in Connecticut locations. Yeah. Well, once you recover, man, you staying good? Awesome. Good to hear, man. Keep doing it. That's fucking awesome. You know what you should do? You should create and tell your story. Tell your story about your road to recovery, man. When I was 20 years on radio, and I would talk about losing my parents. I would talk about addiction. I would share with people the suffering I went through, and then they would understand why I want tomorrow to be better for younger kids. Why I have a hard time going after the most vulnerable like Trump and Elon do. Why I really struggle to live in a nation where people say it's the land of the free, it's the best nation in the world, America's the greatest, but then they don't want people to be who they are. I have such a hard time with people doing that. And to me, because I've suffered so hard and for so long, and I've gone without, and I've fucking endured pains I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy, I struggle to understand these other people. And the only thing that makes sense is they live in a bubble. They've always had their parents to provide for them. They're rich kids that don't know suffering, that think something about an addict or think something about someone, and that's what they believe. And it's true, most of it's true for these assholes. But Jordan, you like Trump, he don't like you, bro. I'm just going to be very honest with you. And this is not something I'm going to debate with you. I'm just going to let you know he does not give a shit about you. Okay? He don't care. And if you got to find out the hard way, then that's how some people have to find out. But I'm here to say that Trump, if you served, which a lot of my family and friends have, he got 5 deferments. He called people who die in wars suckers. These are all things he's done to greatly disrespect what you've done. And don't even get me started on what he thinks about addicts and losers and all that shit. But so, I'm not here to debate that. I'm here to say that, I think people who are willing to open up about their vulnerabilities are braver than others who aren't. And I think more people need to do that, because when you're open about shit, just like if you share how much you make at work, then everybody knows. And if everybody knows, then you go, oh, well, I just got hired. How come I'm making more than you? And you've been here for 10 years. It exposes what rich people are trying to do. They're trying to divide us and split us. But Jordan, let me just get back to my point. I think a good idea, if you're willing to talk about your road to addiction and road to recovery. I've lost, man, I can't even go into it. I've lost so many friends from overdose. And I don't talk about a lot of it, but I'll bring up when I've lost or when somebody new died. But I don't think anybody in this country is unaffected by that. And I think we need more people to talk about it. Just because we do disagree on things, does that mean I can't come in your lives? I'm respect. Oh, no. Oh, hold on, America. Who said, am I missing something? Elon is on ketamine. Tapping into outer space. Jacob G. My solution is exactly what Elon said. Elon lies, though. Guys, here's the thing. Trump and Elon lie. But, American Roadrunner. I remember, because you and I disagreed. But here's the thing. We can disagree all day long, but we aren't enemies, okay? The enemies are Trump, Elon, come on. The enemies are the people who are trying to divide us, who are trying to tell you woke books make kids gay, who are trying to ban books, who are trying to, you know what I mean? Like, they want the culture war to divide us so we don't pay attention to the class war. And I encourage people that disagree with me to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and continually come back, because I'm going to reveal this to you. I am not wrong. This is a long con. The rich people have always tried to separate and divide the masses. That's why racism works. That's why homophobia works. That's why misogyny works. They try to keep us divided because there's more of us than there are of them. And if you think a guy like Elon or Trump, who treat their workers horrible. I'm not going to go into all the different scenarios. They treat their workers horrible. They treat their kids horrible. Elon Musk won't even go and see his baby mama, his IVF baby mamas are reaching out on Twitter. If you think a guy that will ignore his kids, if I didn't tell you it was Elon and I laid out what a dickhead he is to his kids, that he said his son was killed by the woke mind virus because his son is trans, because I don't want to get into it, who I just watched an interview his daughter Vivian on Hassan, and she's a wonderful young woman. She's an amazing human. And the fact that he says that in public, that my son was killed by the woke mind virus, is the most disrespectful fucking, as a dad to daughters, I want to slap the taste out of that dude's mouth. Because that's a young child that's impressionable and needs a dad. And if I didn't tell you it was Elon, you'd be like, he's a fucking scumbag. But somehow, because it's Elon, I don't know what Stockholm Syndrome has tricked people into thinking. They think he's going to care about me. He'll hate his kids. He'll hate his own kin, but he'll care about me. He don't care about you. Oh, good to have you back. I'm here from time to time. And I appreciate that, Roadrunner. I appreciate that. Because the biggest thing we could do is have conversations, you know? I watch Fox News and Jesse Waters, not on TV, but I'll watch their clips. But the thing is, a lot of times they're just lying or they're spreading hate or racism or, you know, and it's just very, once you're educated enough on the fucking dog whistles, you see it for what it is, you know? And it's sad because a lot of people, you know, they're normalizing some crazy stuff right now. Cool! Grew out my beard. No, I'm going to be... Vivian is awesome. You're right, CJ. The worst thing you could do is to kids is being different. I would say indifferent or being mean, you know? Like, I don't know. I just... I have a daughter who is Elon's age, and I don't know. It really just hurt my heart to see this wonderful young woman. She's so amazing. She's spunky. She's everything you think like a 20-some-year-old girl is, you know? And here she is. She has this absolute cancer for a father. It's so sad to me. Why is it okay for Elmo to be a deadbeat dad? Yeah, right? If I told you that it was some black dude, they would be like asking for his deportation. But because it's Elmo, that's what I don't get. Koo. Wait. Where is Koo? Koo. Good to see you. How are you doing? How is Egypt? I'm excited you're back. I haven't seen you in a while. Just want to take a moment to say hi to Koo. Koo has been here for a long time. Family member, community member. I wanted to take a moment to say hi to Koo. And Koo, I didn't grow out my beard. Listen, man, I don't have a shaver. And the plug in my bathroom broke. So last time I trimmed it, I just used some fucking scissors from my kids. I want to shave this so bad because it's getting warm. I don't want this beard. I'm going to cut my hair and my beard. Just like, give everybody a heads up. Because right now I can't. The plug's broken. And the landlord's like, it's not broken. Hit the reset. I'm like, I hit the reset. It's broken because we had an electrician come out here and he said it's broken. Fix it. I want to shave. Good to see you're all right. Visited the pyramids yesterday. Cool. Please upload some stuff to YouTube. I want to see that. That's so amazing. What was it like? What did it feel like? What were the vibes? Use code PAIR in the Fortnite item shop. No. Don't come in here and start hawking your stuff. 100% don't. Hey, CJ, can you block that comment, please? Thank you. Corrupted says hi. Tell Corrupted I said what's up. Very, very happy to hear from you. I hope you're doing well. I hope everything is going amazing. Good to see you got out to the pyramids. Pair, don't come in here and start. Thank you, CJ. Love you. Appreciate you. They were huge. Oh, we gotta have, maybe next time you go to the pyramids, we gotta have you on the live stream so we can do a live from the pyramids. That'd be fucking awesome. Listen, I gotta go. I kind of got sidetracked. I didn't even get to go through all the tariff stuff. John Leguizamo. I love him from the movie Spun, but you might know him as Sid from Ice Age. I included a clip of him from TikTok, the Hassan Minaj show, or I don't know what Hassan's doing now. And John talks about the racism within the Trump community that is affecting Latinos, and, you know, it's just amazing to hear people speak out against this because there's a lot of hatred and cruelty going around right now. We need people with voices to speak out. Just like if Elon Musk can throw $25 million at an election, they should not have any issue when celebrities come out and speak out against them or try to fund things or spend their money. You know, they love to cry. They love to play the victim. Oh, why should you shut up and dribble, or whatever they say. But it's like, listen, if a reality TV show, Trump, a failed reality TV, failed business owner, CEO, reality TV show guy, and some fake inventor who bought his way into the Iron Man movies can go out there and do this shit and they'll worship Kid Rock, then we need more people like John Leguizamo to speak out against this stuff. All right, man. Good to see you, Koo. Leguizamo is the best. If you haven't seen the movie Spun, that is a good one. All right, guys. So please hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. I will be back tomorrow. Jordan, good to see you. Start brainstorming some videos you could do. American Roadrunner, I'm very grateful that you came back. Can the moderator get my nickname? Jordan, you can join. I'm not on Facebook, but you can join our Discord. Link down below. Discord is a cool app where we can connect. American Roadrunners, salute to you. Good to see you guys. And yes, Discord is in the description, Jordan, if you would like to join the community. We have a bunch of stuff there, Fortnite stuff, book club recommendations, YouTube recommendations, videos, a whole bunch of stuff. So Jordan, if you want to join that, much love and respect. Thank you, CJ, for all your help today. Breezy and Mel and Alyssa and everybody. Good to see you. Peace.